Hello again, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. I'm back with a third video on how I create collage fish. In my first video, I created all the papers I needed for the fish, and I started to cut out the parts for the fish. And then in my second video, I glued it all together and I refined it. I put details, shading, even silver embossing. And now in this third video, I will focus mostly on how I create the templates for everything I make. And I will also show you some more fish that I created and also some different ways to display them. So, what I'm going to use to create my templates is a light board. In the daytime, you can trace your drawings against the window if you don't have a light board or light box. Less convenient, of course, but if that's all you have. Here I reinforce the lines, but before I'm tracing it onto watercolor paper, that will give me a sturdy template where the thicker edges will make it easier to keep tracing the fish onto collage papers. I will prepare different pieces of the fish that will have a separate template. So this piece will be one part by itself. So I write side fin. Here, this piece is the face. These three fins, I want them to kind of work together, so to keep them in place, what I do is I make the template like this, so all sits together. Something like that. You see, this one now is one big piece. I call it fins. This here is the tail fin, maybe it starts here. Here I first decided to make the complete contour, the full body. Later I actually changed to only the body and tail fin without the other fins. But this little fin here has to be extended somewhat, so there is room to glue it from underneath. Bottom fin. I have no idea the real names for these parts. Okay, so the light board is on, and put my fish there, and then I found this watercolor paper. That was a little bit smaller, but maybe it might almost be too small, but I put it there. Sometimes I fasten with a bit of tape on the sides just to keep it in place, but I think it would be okay. So I'm gonna do the full body now first. And I do the full body with the tail fin actually. Okay, so there you have the full body, and I still have some space on the sides, so I will keep going. I will do the tail fin here. Okay, then I will do the face. Okay, so I have a small fin here, and was it the bottom fin here. See if I can squeeze this form into what is left here. I didn't plan this very well, you see. It's good to, maybe because I'm a little bit in a rush, I guess. Maybe there. Oh, I could. It was like millimeters, and I could squeeze it in there. But you know, I could have placed the items a little bit better. Okay, so we have actually everything on this sheet here. So this is hard, which gives a good edge then when we're going to trace it over to the collage papers that I already created in a previous video, so you can go back and see that. If you have a copy machine, you could actually take the drawing and reduce and enlarge to different sizes of templates. Here I have one normal size, 120%, and another 130%. Here is the type of hornbill I created. And this was done in the Gambia, where I don't have light board or smart windows. First I drew the full body, cut it out and made it a template. Then I placed tracing paper on top to see where the wing would go, and then I drew and cut it out carefully and finally glued it onto thick watercolor paper to create a template. Here is an elephant. I found a picture on the internet or in a book, I can't remember, but I made a drawing from it. And you can cheat, even though I encourage you to make your own drawing. You can trace the image you find, and if you alter it enough, it won't really be possible to link it back to the original source. And there are ways you can do it. So first, maybe I will alter the trunk's position. Secondly, you can change the colors and change the background. I'm going to make a layered collage of the elephant. So, like I did with the fish, I will make separate parts. So you see I trace the ear, and then I trace the head and the trunk. Maybe I do that because I'm gonna layer the ear on top anyway. So I just make it, I have a little bit of room here to stick under the ear. So that would be one part. And then I will make the tusk together with the part of the face where the tusk comes out. I can make the tusk larger here if I want. Like this, maybe like that. Okay, so that will be the third part. And yeah, and the rest of the contour here will be like one part that I start off with. In this case, I painted on watercolor paper in different colors that helped separate the different parts, and collage paper for the ear. Some parts are glued, on some I used foam tape to make it even more three-dimensional. Another thing to change your artwork's look from the original source is to flip the template looking the other direction. And sometimes all you need from a template is just the silhouette, the outer contour. Here I use a technique called negative painting, and you can do it freehand or, like in this case, use a silhouette mask. Okay, here I have some more fish that I created, and so I made them in two different sizes, and as you can see here I also flipped, yeah, two of them looking the other way. So now the thing is I want to rearrange them onto this watercolor paper. I'm not gonna even paint it, you know, I'm gonna keep it just raw like that, and as like an off-white background. And now it's the thing is I want to arrange this in a good way, because I want all 5 of them to fit in here. So yeah, so it's just a thing of trying out, maybe like this, and then they have to fit with the fins. I don't want them to touch each other, I want them to be, let's see if this can work. Oi, oi, oi. I can move around for some time here to just see. So here I want to also have some type of, I don't know, algae, maybe seagrass or something, just as an extra little bit of decoration. So I use the same type of collage paper to make it really cohesive and, well, in two different tones there. And then I just cut that out. And here, and since they are also mounted onto onto this thin cardboard, they will have sort of the same three-dimensional effect. And yeah, I don't care so much like the grass has to come from, the seagrass has to come from the bottom going up, you know, it can be also coming from the top. This is just like decoration anyway. It's a bit empty here. Sometimes you need a negative space, but maybe not that big anyway. So yeah, it's a lot of trying out. So you see here, I just quickly attach them with masking tape. Very easy, a very easy way to do it. I don't know, you could glue it on, and you could even use foam tape, which I talk about sometimes, like that really will raise it up even a few more millimeters to make it really three-dimensional. And but it depends on also what kind of frame you put it in. But in this case, this is how I work it. Okay, so here is a frame which has this kind of passepartout. So it's going to go like this, and then into a frame. Okay, so now I see here I have to move up slightly to be able to fit. It's like, yeah, like that maybe. Then this comes up a couple of. Then I know that it works. Kind of find where it is, put. I know masking tape isn't the perfect stuff for this, but I'm like very convenient, you know. So I'll see how that works. Okay, yeah, very good. Okay, so then I can keep, otherwise I have to move it a little bit down or up or sideways or whatever. Okay, so here I hang it up on the wall. Am I 100% satisfied with the arrangement of the fish? And no, I might have to work around it a little bit. Maybe 5 is too much. Maybe just four of them would look good. I don't know. But since I just attached them like that with the masking tape, I can actually change it around if I want. So yeah, there you go. So actually I can use my fish in several different ways. Glue it onto a small card to make it a gift card or similar. Make it into a fridge magnet, or frame it and hang it on the wall. I hope you enjoyed the series of 3 videos. The other 2 you find links to here. And stay well until next time.